Hey, when we were talking about balancing equations, I wanted to bring up another point of view. Sometimes people like to see a visual application, so I'm going to the simulations here at the top, clicking on Open in Safari, well, or whatever you want to open it in. So I'm going to open up this one. So we'll do an introduction. This will be the really easy version. So if you like to see a visual of what you're actually doing when you put numbers in these coefficients, what we're trying to do is make what's in the big left square equal what's in the big right square. So I'm going to start off with one of everything. 1, 1, and 1. Okay? So that's one of everything. So the whole point of balancing is to get the blue, I guess they're more purple, the purple colored little atoms on the left to be the same number as the yielded atoms. So right now there's only one purple. So if I'm trying to get those equal, I definitely need to increase this by 1. All right, so those are equal. I got 2 and 2. Then if you look at my hydrogen, I've only got 2 of the little white atoms stuck together. But if you look on the right, there's a total of 6. Can you see the total of 6? So what I need is the one on my left to increase. That's 2. That only gives me 4, so that puts it at 6. So this gives you a visual of what you're doing when you're putting numbers in front of these different like species. You're actually increasing the total numbers of them. There's some tools in here too, if instead of that kind of visual, if you like to see like a little balance, I'm going to go back down and put everyone 1 again. So what this balance is saying, there's a nitrogen balance on the left and a hydrogen balance on the right. So on the nitrogen, what they're saying is that there are 2 atoms on the left in the reactant side, but only 1 on the product side. That's what we were saying, because there's 2 purple atoms there to 1 on the right. So if I increase this guy up, you can see how my nitrogen are now in balance. And then again on the left, my hydrogen, I got the 2. You can see, and it's too bad that the scale isn't kind of sitting in the middle. I think that would be the best thing. So it looks as though it applies to the products, but it's supposed to be saying the 2 is the reactants and then the 6 is the products. So if I increase my reactants all the way up, you can see how they're balanced. We have like one other one too. There's like a bar graph version also. So like if I decrease it, you can see how like it doesn't match up. And you can play with this simulation here. You can also play with this one. So this one has multiple atoms. So I'm going to do this one. So I'm going to give it 1, 1, 1, and 1. So yeah, you just got to start somewhere when you're starting with this. So if I'm looking on the left-hand side, I would be tempted to go with the red ones first because it's a bright color. But you don't want to, because notice that represents oxygen. And that's the one thing I've kind of been adhering to, is like try to avoid messing with oxygen, because it appears in a lot of spots in the equation. Save it till last. It usually fixes itself. So instead, let's check our gray carbons. That's the middle. So you can see there's a gray atom on the left and a gray atom on the right. So the carbons are okay. Now let's check our hydrogens. So on the left, I've got 4 hydrogens. You can see there's 4 balls attached to them, the gray atom. So then on the right, I need to double my water. So now I have an equal number of grays, and I have an equal number of whites on the left box and the right box. So what I need to do is now fix my reds. So on the right, I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 reds. So on the left, I need to increase this by 1. So they have more than this. I can reset it or whatever. But if I go back out, I'm going to go back. Oops. If I go back out and I go back and I click on it again, I can also click on game. And now there's different levels. So I'm going to jump to level 3 because I've done it before. And notice there's 1 of 5 challenges. So if you wanted to play with something to give you a visual of what you're actually doing, again, I'm giving everything 1 to start with. So let's start with, again, the gray atoms. So left, I've got 2 grays. Right, I've got 1. All right, so I've doubled my grays. Now my hydrogens are in balance, so that's good. But my oxygens are not in balance. So on the left, I've got a pair. I got 2. And on the right, I've got 5. There's no way that I can increase that 5 to make it like an even number without increasing this. Do you see how, like, without it, I've got an odd number on the right, and you can't ever make an odd number even. I put another one in right there. Now at least I have an even number. Now you got to remember, I haven't fixed that messed up my hydrogen count. So I'm going to go back over here on the left, and I'm going to give myself some more of the white hydrogens. So now my gray ones are off. I've got 4 grays on the left, so I need to increase this one by 2. Now I got all my grays. They're all good to go. Now, is everyone except for oxygen in a good place? 4 grays, 4 grays, 4 whites, 4 whites. So now I've got to deal with the red ones. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 8, 9, 10. So 10. So I need to increase him. So now I've got 10 of him. I'm going to check it, and it liked it. So this is just a nice game for you to mess with. Thought people might like.